Granger, multi-award-winning filmmaker, fell in love with this beautiful 1932 Ford Roadster a few years ago and couldn't help but basically buying it, and all of my savings went into buying this car. This is the car that changed my life. This is the love of my life. It is a bit of a fairy tale story, how I found this car, bought it, and while driving this car around and being at all these car meets and car shows and wrenching on this car myself to finish it and drive it, it often broke down and I would have to wrench it to get back on the road. I am a hot rodder, and I met a lot of old timers at all these car shows and car meets, and they shared their beautiful stories with me. Through them and their stories, I discovered this fascinating 50s hot rod era, a slice of Americana, a beautiful heritage from our past. And I couldn't find a hot rod movie on the market, a new movie, that reflected these stories. And I couldn't help but wonder why. So, because of the love of this Roadster, I decided that I would take it upon me to bring back the beautiful 50s hot rod era to life on the big screen through my motion picture Deuce of Spades, a 2-hour period drama. Had I ever done a film before? No. No experience, no money, no crew, no help. A challenge that film school would tell you would be impossible to pull off, but with faith, a lot of hard work, and 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears. The result was Deuce of Spades, a multi-award-winning film with 7 film awards, 3 times Best Feature Film, Best Cinematography, Best Editing, and Best Screenplay. And what you have to understand is that behind all these awards is only one person who did all of that. I edited it, I wrote the screenplay, I filmed it, I was behind every shot of the film. This is a one-man effort, and the result is a cult film that has changed the life of many people and inspired so many to get into the hobby or get back into the hobby with renewed love and passion. This is such an amazing story behind the film that I decided about 1.5 years ago that it was a story worth telling, and it would inspire so many people to go after their dream and push the boundary of what is deemed possible. To do the impossible and succeed, that is a story worth telling. So I released a brand new mini-series, which is a wonderful documentary that car people are gonna love, film people are gonna love, and anyone who has a dream is going to love. And it's entitled Against All Odds, The Making of Deuce of Spades, and I'm going to show it to you in just a second. We're here at the LA Roadster Show 2016 for the unveiling and launch of my brand new release, which is, of course, the documentary mini-series, 6 episodes, 3.5 hours of hot rod delight, telling the story of how a hot rod girl, an everyday woman, was able to become a basically critically acclaimed multi-award-winning filmmaker overnight because of the love for a 32 Roadster. And what is perfect place and show to get this new release launched. I'm very happy to be here today. So this documentary is, of course, as a film, available on my website at deucespades.com, and comes also with the soundtrack. And we made the box sets for all of our fans worldwide so they can have the entire collection of my body of works. This is something that will inspire any hot rodder, again, to get back into the hobby with passion or to continue to keep the tradition alive. The film, Deuce of Spades, has been dubbed most accurate depiction of 50s hot rodding, and I'm very proud of that because a lot of research went into making sure that every detail in the film was period correct, just as it was back in the days. And it's with great honor that I received an email from the founder of the LA Roadster, Rick, who said, and I quote, "Deuce of Spades is the best hot rod film I have ever seen. It is just like it was back in the 50s. What a great endorsement." We are here at our booth, Deuce of Spades, and as you can see, we have lots of merchandise for the fan. And what's really interesting is, you have to understand this is not about money. I made this film because of my love for this car and for the history behind those cars. But it is true that my desire is to make a sequel, and to make a sequel we need money, and I am a self-contained filmmaker working without backers, so any purchase that people do on my website for any of these items goes directly to help me to push forward and keep this tradition going. The movies has inspired so many people. I had this little 10-year-old boy that basically said he was building by himself a 32 Ford to look just like the Deuce of Spades because he's seen my movie a million times. And if I can inspire kids to become hot rodders, then we can keep the hobby alive. And that is a good thing to do. I would love to share with you a snippet of my motion picture Deuce of Spades, and see you online.